What's up, everybody? This is Telescope Room Season 2. Today we're doing something a little different. I'm going to be the host, interviewing the host. Just a little one. So it's been a long time since we've sat down with the Telescope Room, but a lot of things have been happening with you.
Yeah, man, yeah. And if anybody's going to interview me, it should always be you.
Thank you very much. But first of all, I'd like to dedicate this to the first person that we actually did the Telescope Room with, and R.I.P. Diggy Smalls.
Young Diggy the Great.
Diggy the Great. He was actually the podcast number one.
Yeah, so when the whole idea of the podcast came, you know, he was going through his stuff.
Yeah.
And I've always thought he was so courageous. You know, he was so resilient in his fight. And I remember he was like, of course. And then we came here and we knocked it out, and we got it done. I was looking at it the other day, and I've been grabbing clips of the things he says, you know, which are so like meaningful right now.
Right.
Especially now that he's gone. You know?
The one thing I love about Diggy, no matter what kind of shit you're in, good or bad, you make a call, he's there.
Yeah, you know, today was tough.
Yeah.
Because we spread his ashes out today. And I never met anyone in my life that I actually got to see surrender. Like, he surrendered to his entire situation.
Right.
And didn't complain one day. You know, he woke up with a smile. You know, he was there for his children. He was there doing whatever it is that he had to do. And in a lot of ways, like, he taught me how to love. We like healed each other.
Right.
Through my lowest moments, Diggy was there. Through my mid moments, Diggy was there. Through my highest moments, Diggy was there. And even when, you know, he's not physically here, but he's there.
Right.
You know, so I'm just glad that he's not in pain no more.
Right.
And that he's free. And more importantly, I'm just happy that he made peace with the things that he was going through, you know, and still tough.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you buried his ashes. You went out to sea, which is a very somber process to do. We got the family there, and it's got to be tough. And thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his children, the wife, the mom and dad. We love Diggy.
Yeah, we love you forever, YD.
Absolutely. Moving on from that.
Yeah.
You've been in social media a lot lately.
Yeah.
And let's talk about some things. So first of all, because a lot of people have called me and asked me what's going on. Mm-hmm. You partnered up with somebody with Empire Records. Gold Toes is his name. Mm-hmm. And originally you partnered up to do what?
I wrote a song for him.
Okay.
So I wrote a song called Wake Up.
All right.
And he grabbed Jenny 6ix9ine to be the leading actress. And I kind of like put the whole thing together for him, like location, people, and we just started growing. You know, we just kind of like met each other, and then we just started vibing out. And then from there, it kind of went into like, how about this and how about that? And then, you know, it just kind of grew into like a relationship.
Now, did you write the music or the words?
I did both.
You did both. Okay.
Yeah, like, you know how I do it in the studio. I go in there and I get it done and
like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, you know, I remember for a long time, and it's crazy because that was something that like was really heartfelt to me, because every time I would leave the studio, who would I send the music to? Diggy.
Right.
Hey, check this out. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? So I met up with Gold Toes, and we were talking about the festival.
Okay.
And he's like, what about the music? I'm like, man, like, I'm not really like, you know, that's like third or fourth on my list. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So I sent him a couple of songs, and he was like really digging like one of the songs. So he's like, you know, let's work something out on this song. I'm like, all right. So I ended up finishing it, and then I sent it to him, and then he recorded it, and he did a video for it, and then a whole conspiracy happened after that. You know?
Right, absolutely.
And here we are.
Well, so it escalated into more than just you writing for him. Mm-hmm. You did a An album deal?
Yeah, I did a 2-album deal.
Okay.
So we ended up working out a deal where I did an album in English called El Chicano, and then one in Spanish called El Mexicano.
Nice.
So El Chicano just came out.
Heard some stuff. It's great.
It just came out yesterday.
Yep.
And we shot the video, and I got a song with Norman Carter, the Delfonics.
Classic.
You know, and
what's the name of that song?
It's called El Chicano.
El Chicano.
And the video was absolutely amazing because I went back to the neighborhood where I grew up, and the whole community showed up. The whole neighborhood showed up.
What's that neighborhood?
Sherman.
Sherman
in Southeast San Diego.
Beautiful.
And it was crazy because I was watching, I saw the porch where I would sit down with the boombox and listen to La La Means I Love You, For the Love I Gave, Hey Love, because my older brothers would listen to the oldies.
Right.
And here's the entire community. And here comes Norman Carter from the Delfonics.
Wow.
So my son played like the young me.
Right.
You know, so the video's like a movie. But I mean, you know, again, even just...
How was it that you got him to come out on your song? We know he's a classic. It's one of the biggest records from the lowrider scene, one of the biggest records from that era that he's wrote and produced.
Well, it happened through the festival, through booking them at the Chicano Music Festival and building a relationship, especially with the son. Shout out to Minus. And, you know, when it just came to the music, I said, well, why would I sample La La Means I Love You when I have access to him?
Yeah.
You know? So I sent the song to the son. He said, my dad loves it.
Oh, that's great.
So we went to the studio and we knocked it out. Then we went to Sherman and did the video, and it's on the air now. I think we got like 8 stations already. You know, so it's in San Diego and Vegas and Riverside and Bakers and Fresno and Oxnard, Santa Maria. And you know, but just where I'm at in my life right now, personally, is a different energy, which, you know, I think reiterates, you know, the energy of the music,
right,
and the foundation of the music, which is freedom,
right.
You know, dog, I was telling Romeo, shout out to Romeo and K-Day, when I did the interview, that 10 years ago, I wanted to be on the radio.
Right.
I wanted this. I wanted that. And I think that I learned along the way that want like creates a barrier between you and that, because you're desiring something outside of freedom and art. When you just do it for the art and the freedom, it kind of just lands on your lap. And it's crazy, like, to be my age where I'm at right now. Now I'm all over the radio. I own the festival. I own the Oldies Tour.
That's awesome.
I just did like a movie for it. You know, I got this whole deal with, you know, Empire, and all these things are happening, you know.
And it's all organic. Like
it's all organic.
Yeah.
I think the symmetrics of God are aligning.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, like, people get caught up in that. But it's really crazy the way that life has symmetrically like worked for me. Like when my mom passed away, my first daughter was born around the same time. And then when I had a situation with my 2 other kids that were small, I dove into my growth. And then when my brother died, Angelina was born. Right?
Right.
And then Diggy passed away and Ocean is born.
Wow.
So that's the way life works.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you and it takes from you. And at your highest moment, that'll pass. And your lowest moment, that'll pass too. So you have to learn how to be appreciative and have a good balance in between.
Well, the thing I think about, well, with you, like I talk to a lot of people, they come up and, how did he do this? How did he do that? You could be trapped, chained up in a box, and they're about to drop you in the water. There would be no doubt in my mind that you would figure out a way to get out of it. So there's just, you're that guy. You hustle, you grind, and you get it done.
Well, I also think that, and you're one of those guys too, your belief system, your belief in yourself, it has to be real.
Right.
You know, another thing that I've learned in the process of growing you know, I used to learn how to recite things. So I used to learn how to say them. But I wasn't necessarily like deep into understanding them.
Right.
So when you understand them, like you implant the seed of that teaching in your spirit, and you no longer have to remember because it's living within you.
Right.
It's living inside of you. And I think that's what's been happening in my life these past few years. And it's more like not talking about evolution. It's more like earning your evolution.
Right.
You know.
So the cool thing about that record that you did, most people follow suit and they're gonna, you know what, I like this La 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 song. And the mistake most people make, they sample it. But why not go get the original to do the record?
Yeah, and you know, and even that, I think the foundation and like the energy of the song is uplifting the culture.
Bigger.
It's all about uplifting the culture. You know, like the first line, it says, much bigger than a Lolo, much bigger than a Cholo, because that's, a lot of people just see us as that.
Right.
You know, so we're more than that.
Right.
You know, the goal shouldn't be for a kid in the inner city to want to go to Pelican Bay. Why not? Let me go to Harvard. Let me go to Stanford.
Right.
You know, let me dip into these books and let me learn about. But there's not many people that really focus on that aspect of the youth. So even in doing the festival, like that's the objective for me. You know, I really have no desire to like perform and like little ones
Right.
here. I don't. You know, things are just happening the way that they're happening, like you said, organically. You know, and I know that you've said that before, but like, oh, this, but I just think that, you know, you can't Photoshop the truth.
Right.
You can't manipulate the truth. You can, but ultimately it boomerangs back to you.
Right.
And I've learned that from being on the other side of it. You know, so trying to operate and learning how to operate on the other side of it comes with a lot of sacrifice, because you learn to not redundantly apologize for the same thing to stay in somebody's good graces. You got to like put your big pants on, your big boy pants
Right.
on, and be able how to take these losses and turn them into lessons.
Right.
Because it's better for your life, and it's better for your purpose, and it's better for your journey. It's better for your losses. It's better for your wins. But if you're not operating from that space, everything is temporary.
Right.
You'll gain some, you'll win some, but it'll go because of the foundation of where it came from. You know, so I've learned that by operating like that.
Right.
And to be able to be, if you notice, like I'm in social media a lot from what I'm doing, but I don't say much.
Right.
I'm just in the back. They're experiencing my work. They're experiencing my art. They're experiencing my vision. But I'm not necessarily on here saying, F this guy and F that guy. Like,
Right.
I don't need to do that. You won't ever catch me doing that. I'm too busy earning that evolution to be able to truly operate from that place of freedom.
Right.
That's the beauty of the
It is.
art.
It's great. It's killing it.
That really is the beauty of the art. So in the same energy of having the festival and having the Oldies Forever Tour and the new album and new videos and traveling and jumping into the radio station, I still lost my best friend.
Yeah.
I'm still mourning my little brother.
Right. But I could tell you, knowing Diggy, as long as I've known him, he would be proud of you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, he was proud of you. Just
I was with
before
him the day before.
Right.
I was with him the day before he came by. We were in the gym and we were just talking. We went to go eat. We went to the venue. And I remember I had a lot of things in my hand. And I always hug him and gave him a kiss before I leave. So I put it down. I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Because he was going to go to the Delfonics session with me.
Okay.
And the next morning I get home from the gym and I see his wife call. So when I picked the phone, she said he was gone and he passed in his sleep.
Man.
I mean, that's tough.
It is tough.
You know, bro, like I don't, like sometimes I wake up and I don't even know what to do. You know, so I think the balance of life of being able to keep going and being able to mourn at the same time, it helps you navigate yourself into a more mature space.
Right.
A more meaningful, mature space. And you do get to the point where you're like, what am I really truly doing with my life?
Right.
From 1 second to the next, it's gone. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've had a lot of chances to do better. So if life teaches us anything, is that if we wake up, we got another chance to do better.
Amen. Well said. So on top of just doing the 2-album deal that you did, you met with Ghazi at Empire.
Yeah, shout out to Ghazi.
Shout out Ghazi. And by the way, I want to say Gold Toes, I've known him for a long time. Great guy, hard worker, and a hustler.
Yeah, no doubt.
Gold Toes a lot. But you met with Ghazi. What'd you meet him about?
About this project.
Okay.
And about putting it on that platform.
Okay.
You know, because like everything else, you can be good and you can be great. You can even be spectacular. But if nobody knows about it, it's just another album.
It's just another song.
It's just another song.
Yeah.
So I think Ghazi being a man that did create his empire.
Yeah.
Because he truly did that.
And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Ghazi is the owner and CEO of Empire Records and Distribution Company.
Beautiful building. I mean, the way that he has it set up. But I'm going to tell you something that Ghazi was saying. His belief system is colossal. He never thought he wouldn't have anything less.
Right.
He knew that he would have an empire and that he would have the ability to do what he does. And that's another thing. Just because I have the ability to take what you're giving me, whether it's negative or what, doesn't mean that I need to willingly continue to participate in it.
Right.
You can have the ability, but you also have the will to say no. And that no comes with choosing your purpose, choosing your journey, choosing the things that make you better and that bring you joy and that can create this generational wealth that can take care of kids that are in your bloodline that you will probably never meet.
Right.
So we had the meeting. We talked about the culture. He was talking about how the two biggest streaming countries in the world are Mexico City and the Philippines.
Right.
And he was talking about like the loyalty and the culture. You know, if you look back to like Julio Cesar Chavez, if you look back to Oscar de la Hoya, you know, to even Canelo right now.
Right.
Those arenas are sold out with Latinos.
Of course.
Even if they're janitors.
Yeah, they're showing up.
They're showing up. The Philippines, Manny Pacquiao. They're showing up.
100%.
What makes Manny Pacquiao special is, of course, his skill, but that he's from the Philippines.
Right.
You know? Same with this music. So that's what we were able to get on the same page from the same book as far as the music and the intent behind it, because that's what I was telling them. I'm like, look, it doesn't matter if an artist is 60 years old or 50 years old or 40 years old or 30 years old. The music is generational.
Right.
The culture has no age. There are kids still singing homicide, suicide that are 15 years old that were not born when Once in a Decade came out.
Right.
So he was able to understand that. He was able to understand the magnitude and the power of generational music, timeless music, ageless music, and to be able to collab with the Delfonics that have the same thing. You have kids singing La La Means I Love You. My daughter Bella does it every day.
Of course.
So if you look at the music part of it from that lens, then it's not about, well, you got to be 18 years old and you have to be this and that. It doesn't matter. Because if a Mexican dude or a Mexican woman or a Mexican kid is driving by one of the biggest music buildings in the world and they have one of us there, it's different. It changes the energy.
Right.
One of the things that I was telling a program director the other day was, you can add 2 new urban records next week. It's not going to matter because that's what you do every week. You can add another pop artist. It's not going to matter because that's the traditional robotic programming that you guys have going on.
Right.
But if you add, like, I'm not saying that it's me, but symmetrically right now, if out of all those if all that robotic programming you have, here comes much bigger than a Lolo, much bigger than a Cholo with the Delfonics on the song, it's gonna turn the game upside down.
Right.
The way it did back in the day. Little Rob Summer Nights was what it was because he was Mexican.
Absolutely.
MC Magic does what he does because he's Mexican.
Right.
Lean Like a Cholo did because he's Mexican.
And the fans showed up and supported
the fans
it.
show up. And those are songs that are going to live forever. So here we are in this day and age, and it's been a long time since there's been a song uplifting us like this that we could call our own.
Right.
And, I'm grateful to be here doing it the way I'm doing it and the way that it's happening.
So would you say it's kind of like they're operating on a major label would?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't want to say too much, but I will say this. That song will be all over the country.
That's what a major label does. So that's awesome.
That song will be all over the country, all over radio. The video is going to be everywhere, and I'm proud to be able to be the voice behind it.
And that's awesome. And that actually opens up a big door for someone like a Gold Toes who's trying to actually capitalize on that whole fan base. And with that in mind, you guys partnered up, or he got involved with your Chicano Music Fest. You've already done one last year in San Diego. You did one in Las Vegas, Nevada, and he's partnering up with you on this one, correct?
Yeah, he's connecting some resources through Live Nation.
Nice.
For the Chicano Music Festival.
That's beautiful.
So shout out to Gold Toes. He's done a lot of good things. And the second annual Chicano Music Festival will be in San Diego on Cinco de Mayo.
Beautiful.
And this time we're shutting the street down. So it's going to be double what it was last year. And, I have Tierra, I have the Midnighters, I have the Delfonics, Sly Slick and the Wicked. We're doing the tribute. Tonight, Shadow's doing the tribute.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tonight, we have Conejo, Coyote, Obed Padilla, J-Rocks, Baldachi's coming out.
Beautiful.
It's an incredible lineup. Lefty Gunplay is coming out.
Love Lefty.
And I think it's what we need.
Yeah.
We need to take those type of chances and change the robotic programming in these car shows and get artists that people would never expect to see under the same umbrella on the same night, along with Aztec dancers and mariachis and live art and lowriders and food. And this time it's all ages.
Beautiful.
I made sure that the all ages element was a key factor. And as soon as you get through the ticketing aspect of it, you're going to see the huge area for the kids. That way it reminds everyone there the moment they walk in that this is a family setting.
That's beautiful. Now, there has been some controversy with Gold Toes being from the north and you being from the south. There's been rumblings on the internet, people talking, hey, you can't do that. What's allowed? Politics. What's your thought on that? What was did this cross your mind originally? It could be an issue because he is from the north and you're from the south. Did this ever come into play and say, hey, this might be a problem?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that wherever the person is at in their life, I'm from the south no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're working with each other musically, artistically, and actually trying to close the gap that's been a traditional trap for decades. Geographics really don't matter.
It doesn't.
At the end of the day, we share the same planet. We share the same stars. We share the same sun. So to be where I'm at in my life right now, I don't feel that I'm in violation of anything if I'm just expressing art and uniting people. Why would I want people to continue to kill each other instead of uniting them?
I agree 100%.
So I think being at this age, it shows good leadership. I'm from the South no matter what.
Right.
That's never going to change, but I'm also an artist. I'm also a visionary. And I that would me be saying like, I don't want to do the Chicano Music Festival in Japan or in San Francisco oh, I don't want to do it anywhere. Like I want to.
Why limit yourself?
Why limit myself? Yeah. You know, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not disrespecting anybody. You know, and I believe that music at the end of the day is freedom, and we're operating from a place of freedom.
Now, what would you say to the people that are looking at like they're enraged about it? What would you say to those people that are haters? Because we're always going to have haters no matter what we do. But what do you say when the person looks at that and they just have hate because of the concept? What would you say?
I don't say anything. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not in a place in my life where I need to defend myself.
Right.
I'm out and about everywhere. I go to the mall. I go, you know, I'm
But you would say like the purpose is bigger than they're seeing the small picture.
I think this is not a microscopic view. I think this is a telescopic view.
There you go.
And I think if you understand that, then you know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Some don't understand, and that's okay. You know, I think anybody with purpose, I think anybody that is on a journey to evolve operates from a telescopic view.
Yeah.
I think if you're operating from a microscopic view, then you're going to have a lot to say. Like, it don't bother me.
Right.
I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to evolve. I'm going to continue to grow. And I think my life shows that.
Absolutely.
I think where I'm at in my life, the things that are happening in my life shows that. And I'm still representing Southern California.
Right.
I'm still representing our people. I'm still representing the culture. I'm still representing the youth. And I'm still a voice, and I'm not going to ever stop being a voice. I'm going to be a voice after I'm gone.
And that's great because I think, too, times have changed. Back in the days when everyone was young, we didn't have the internet. Today, everything we do, not just music, but everything we do is global. The minute we post something, it's worldwide. So we can't look at like, it's not focusing on your backyard anymore. We got to focus on the world.
On the world.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you give to the world gives back to you.
100%.
That's how this works. You know, so that's what I mean about like the yin and the yang, like almost in a paradoxic type of way. You got to learn. You got to understand that the microscopic view is a very dangerous view.
Right.
I've operated from the microscopic view.
We all have, for sure.
You know, and that's what I mean. Like even with Diggy passing, even me being on my growth for many years now, there's been a shift in me, man. There's just been a shift in me. Like, I don't got time for no sucker shit, bro.
Agreed.
I don't got time for no stupidity. I don't want to waste my time on anything or anyone that is not reciprocated, that's not mutualism, that's not togetherness, that's not love, that's not peace, that's not growth. Those are the true elements that allow you to live your life.
That's right.
Otherwise, you're in a stagnated microscopic space that decomposes your spirit.
Right. And I like what you said about the goal shouldn't be a badge of honor, shouldn't be Pelican Bay.
No.
That should not be like, I went to Pelican Bay, therefore you guys, I'm the guy.
Yeah, like, you know, I got homies that I grew up with that are in Pelican Bay right now. You know?
And they don't want to be there, by the way.
And I love them to death. But at some point, we shouldn't be encouraging young kids to go kill.
Not at all.
We should encourage them to live and to grow and to learn. And another thing that's I felt I've had a shift in is instead of telling people, or even our kids, how to live, we should just show them.
Right.
Because that's more powerful.
Show by example.
Yeah, you know, even the resilience in you, you know, when you've gone through your stuff, your physical,
sickness and
your sickness, bro, like you've always stayed strong. You know, bro, I've heard you with your voice almost out.
Yep.
You know, okay, I get it done for you, like out helping me.
Yeah.
You know, bro.
Always.
You know, man, and
but it is what you said. It's like it's a mindset. Like
it is a mindset.
In my head, although I'm sick and on my deathbed, I'm not thinking that way.
No.
I'm thinking I'm moving forward. We'll get past this, and this will just be another thing in the past, looking in the rear view.
And we have to live like that, you know, especially if you got the ability to use your logic, because sometimes we operate from emotion and we abandon logic.
Right.
the more we operate from emotion, the more bad emotional decisions we're going to make. And I've done that. I've done them. But I don't want to live like that.
Right.
I want to live my life. Whatever I have left, I want to live it out.
Go to Hawaii. I know you love going to
Hawaii. I love Hawaii. I want to go jump off those cliffs.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go meditate. I want to go to Hana. I want to go to Honolulu Bay. I want to go to Kaanapali Beach.
Yep.
I want to go to Black Rock. I want to crack a coconut wide open. And I want to take my shirt off and I want to just
there you go.
Live my life. I don't want to participate in traditional traps.
Yeah.
It's time that everybody in the world does better. You know what I'm saying? And people are always talking about living in a peaceful world. In order to live in a peaceful world, we need more peaceful people.
Right.
And what it comes with peaceful people, it means you have to appreciate the foundation of peace. You have to respect it. Because if you respect it, then you're going to honor it. If you honor it, you're going to implement it. If you implement it, then you're going to experience it.
Right.
And our life is much better when you're living in peace.
Amen. No headaches.
Dog, and again, it takes courage. It takes courage because you might have to walk away from things that you don't.
Yeah, you do.
I'm mourning Diggy because he's not here no more. But you also have to, at times, mourn people that are alive so you could actually get to where you need to go.
Right.
Some people die at 30, but they don't get buried till they're 60. And in between time, their spirit decomposes. And I've been on my way there. I was upside down in my life at one point. I was a full-blown alcoholic and destructive and dysfunctional and out of fucking control, and engaging in the journey. A lot of people have this misconception that because you talk this way or you talk about growth, that you don't fall down or that you don't have moments of regression. If you tell someone to fuck off, God forbid, I thought you were growing.
Yeah.
This is not robotic programming.
No one's perfect.
This is not robotic programming. Yeah. So I've had to take time in solitude and hold myself accountable for the things that I have willingly chose to put myself in front of, that I put myself at risk of a regression. And you can't operate when you're trying to be better, because then you become absolutely useless while you're trying to be useful.
Well, I think what happens is, for me, because trust me, I was reckless too, especially starting this whole gangster rap stuff. We were reckless. We felt like we needed to be. I think kind of we did at that time to do what we had to do. Yeah. But as you grow and you build what you're building, you have more to lose.
Yeah, 1,000,000%, especially the older you get. And the most important thing that you can lose, bro, is your peace.
Yeah.
Outside of your life.
I don't have headaches anymore.
My dog, I know people in wheelchairs that are in peace.
Yeah.
The magnitude of really engaging in the art of surrender will release you from these chains, this emotional imprisonment that everybody has, dog.
Right.
Bro, I've had it, and I want this. One thing that I've recently learned and I can appreciate is that in your greatest moments, the devil will show up. Well, people forget that in your greatest moment, God does too.
Yeah.
Dog, and you have to be able to pick what side you want to be on, because it's easy to get caught up in what people say and what people think and what people, bro, anyone that's really about their purpose, you don't have time to say, I don't have time to say nothing about nobody.
I don't.
I remember Floyd Mayweather used to be like, I want his best to show up so I could disable him. I'm going to train to disable him. So me, I'm focused to being the best at what I do.
Right.
I want to put on the best festival that's ever happened. I want to put on the best oldie shows that ever happened.
Right.
I want to record the best music that I ever recorded. I want to be the best person, the best spirit that I ever been. I want to be the best father that I ever been. I want to be the most focused and the most sincere in my journey that I've ever been. And no one can give me that. Only I can give me that.
Right.
So that's where the courage comes. You have to be courageous enough to accept the responsibility of that. Dog, it could happen. You could wake up tomorrow and just be like, I'm on that. And nothing's going to stop you.
Right.
That's why I would never like to talk about like how long I've been sober. Because some people will say, you've been sober for 30 days. Be quiet. Like, those are some rough 30 days for somebody.
100%. A week.
A week.
Yeah.
The first day. You know, so you can't knock people that are actually trying to do better.
Right.
It's when you stagnate and you're redundant and you don't stop. The only person you're going to end up destroying is yourself.
Right.
So all that I would encourage anybody to do is to really just dig deep and continue to keep on going. I love where my life is at. I'm grateful to where my life is at. But one day this is all going to pass.
Right. Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be in peace wherever I'm at. Whether I'm resting in it or whether I'm living in it, peace will be involved in my life.
So let me ask you another thing, because this comes up a lot and I see it all the time. And is Chicano rap dead?
Absolutely not. Who said that?
That's what I see all the time. On social media, people are arguing about it.
I hear like they said. Who's they?
People on influence post, stupid posts.
Who's they? Like one person says something, then 10 people say it.
And it spreads.
Then 50 people type it. Then 100 people recite it. Dog, come on. You know? Listen to Shadow. Still one of the best. Listen to Conejo.
Amazing.
Still one of the best. Sick Jackin. One of the best. There's a lot. And I'm not, if I don't mention you, it's not because I don't respect you. I love all my people.
And there's artists that are up and coming and that are killing it, like Lefty Gunplay is making a lot of noise. And I think what happens is Chicano rap artists, Chicano rap's certainly not dead. What's happening is they don't get the shine. And the minute they get the shine, like Lefty Gunplay, then we realize that Chicano rap clearly is not dead. It's always there. It's just they don't always get the shine.
It's just the door's always closed.
Right.
Because there's people in leadership positions that are not true leaders.
Right.
This robotic programming that you have to look a certain way, you have to come from a certain place, you have to have a certain energy behind you, and then we can open the door. Like Lefty Gunplay's showing them no.
Right.
I'm showing them no.
Right.
Like, cool. You don't want to add us to your festival? That's all right. We're going to make our own.
Right.
We're going to create our own festival, and our own people are going to show up. And I'm not saying that, we're going to pick. No, this is an invitation. Come down and experience the beauty and the magnitude of our culture.
And shout out to the people putting in work. I know Weirdo went through some tough times recently. He's getting better, doing really well. Shout out to Weirdo, Lil Maru. These are artists that are doing stuff that...
Obed Padilla.
Obed
Padilla's in San Diego killing it too.
Swifty Blue. Peso just got out. He's dropping new music. So there's a lot making moves. And doing things. So
and representing the culture.
In a great way.
In a great way. So, you know, but I think all of that comes with the resilience.
Right.
You know, a lot of these guys that we talked about were incarcerated not too long ago.
Almost every one of them.
From a cell to where they're at right now.
Right.
They should be really proud of themselves. I'm
Absolutely.
proud of them.
And they have I know them all personally. They all have great attitudes, and they're just keep it moving.
Resilience.
And of course, hopefully everyone learns that, you know, you can't do shit behind bars.
Nah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to imprison yourself? Like, no one wants to be in jail, in a building, in a cell.
Right.
But you know how many people are in the cell emotionally?
Right.
Emotionally imprisoned, blaming, pointing fingers, angry, resentment. Like, bro, that shit's going to kill you. And I was there. So just because you see people free in the world doesn't mean they're necessarily free.
Right.
Me, my objective, what I want for my people, for the world, for my kids, is to operate from a place of freedom.
Right.
Because only in freedom do you get to experience what love is, bro.
The cool thing about what you got going on is similar to what I have going on. You're your own boss.
Yeah.
You wake up every day. You tell yourself what to do. There is the pros and cons. The pros is you don't have to answer to anybody but yourself. The con is you have to answer to yourself.
You have to hold yourself accountable. One of the interesting things that you just said is you don't have to answer to nobody, including the stupidity on social media.
Right.
Do you think that if someone leaves a comment on the CEO of Nike, and they tell him to fuck off, he's going to go look for that comment and respond?
And I'm so glad you said that, because some shit went down on social media. People were talking bad about me, and everyone was trying to get me on their podcast to talk about it. And my attitude was just that. You're not going to see Jimmy Iovine responding to that kind of nonsense.
No.
And I hold myself in that same regard.
You have to.
Because
why wouldn't you?
I'm a boss.
Why wouldn't you?
So, yeah, exactly.
Why would I, like, bro, if I've learned anything, even in this recent solitude, is that metamorphosis and that cocoon is actually the greatest thing that can happen to you, because that is what gives you the fuel to not pay attention to the stupidity. Because when you were in the darkness, you were in the darkness by yourself.
Right.
You got yourself out of that. Do you remember what was on TMZ last week, what the gossip was?
Hell no.
Neither do I.
No, nor do I care.
Nor do I care. So whatever they say now, no one's going to care a week from now. Bro.
Right.
So, and actually what I've learned is when you're trying to expose other people, you're really just exposing yourself.
100%. 100%.
That's real shit.
I'll tell you something funny. We just watched earlier today. Benzino used to be the owner of Source Magazine.
Yeah.
We had him on the podcast. I was going to call him today just to check in. From time to time, I check in with him. But randomly, I decided to go to TikTok and check TikTok. He did a couple songs way back. Eminem dissed him, and he did a couple, battle raps to diss Eminem because Eminem brought it back up. And he's been going hard on Eminem. But he was on Drink Champs. He got drunk. And so there was a clip that's going around today. It'll be super big tomorrow. But he was in the beginning, he was like, fuck Eminem, fuck that. He ain't shit. He's da-da-da-da. Just fuck him. Nobody cares about him. The alcohol kicks in. And the click thing comes up. Moments later, he's crying, I don't hate Eminem. I don't do this. That's the part you're talking about that just exposes yourself.
Look, bro, the egotistical aspect of humanity is a disaster.
Yes.
Okay? I've operated from that place. Sometimes people confuse you putting a boundary down with you selling out.
Right.
You have to have boundaries are going to protect your peace. If you don't have any, you're headed for self-destruction. But the egotistical aspect of you're going to get in battles that are not even yours.
Right.
Bro, I heard him say, we were playing pool one day and we were all good. Maybe we should just sit down and talk.
Exactly.
He
should have sat down and talked before he got out to the public and talked.
Said all that. Yeah. Look, lack of communication has killed millions of people.
Agreed.
Communication with comprehension has saved millions of people. Hey, dog, there's no need for the extras. There's no need for the lunacy, bro. It's embarrassing, especially being an adult.
That's what's funny.
If you're an adult and you're still behaving with second-class behavior, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Real talk.
You can laugh and comment whatever you want, but you really should be ashamed of yourself.
What's funny is if you address somebody who publicly goes and addresses you, the conversation is more sensible and rational. They're embarrassed because I will call somebody if I have an issue with them and address them. Not a threatening way. I just say, hey, what's going on?
What's the problem?
What's the situation?
Yeah. What's going on?
Let's figure this out. And it's completely different than the social media post. Oh, it's not that. It's this.
Oh, trust me.
Let's just work it out.
Look, man, there's a lot of partial truth telling going on.
Right.
There's a lot of that. The only thing that I could encourage anything to do, I've seen you do it. You've seen me do it. Just keep going.
Absolutely.
Keep working on your purpose. Usually it's someone that's not happy with themselves too.
That's for sure. That's always the case, actually.
Bro, there's a difference in value as a human. If you value yourself as a human, you're going to value the terminology you use. You know, that doesn't, like I said, it doesn't mean that you know, people that are close to you get into it, but whatever. But ultimately, like the higher percentage of your life, like who has time for that?
100%. Who has? You're not going to take me away from my goal. That's what you're not going to do.
No, and bro, I think it's been proven.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, Doug. I mean, nothing's gonna stop me from doing what I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna make festivals. Chicano Music Festival is going to be one of the greatest festivals in the world.
Make sure you guys get your tickets.
ChicanoMusicFest.com. I'm gonna bring the festival. Remember this. I'm gonna bring the Chicano Music Festival to Los Angeles.
That's gonna be
I'm
amazing.
gonna close down that bridge, and Santana's gonna be the headliner. Watch.
That's gonna be amazing. I know we talked about that. That's going to be amazing.
We used to talk about the festival before it was real.
We did. In fact, I want to bring up Diggy, because Diggy said this before when I was in San Diego. Floss, can you believe Little One has been talking about this probably before I met you?
Yeah.
So he goes, can you believe that? And it's finally happening. He was so excited in San Diego. It is your passion and your dream that actually drove it to get to this point.
Yeah, and I'm not done dreaming.
Right.
And my vision's not done either, you know. And the reason why it's not is because I'm not going to allow anyone to get in my way. That's why.
That's exactly.
And that's how.
That's what everyone should be doing. The same mindset.
The more that you focus on bettering yourself and nurturing yourself so you could truly evolve, the less you'll have to say about anyone else.
Right.
You know, bro, like in my despair, in whatever personal stuff I have going on in my life, I wake up, I read, I train, I walk, sauna, I eat, and then I start my day. So I can make sure that I, at the very least, fed my mind, my body, and my spirit. So I could go into the world ready.
And how good do you feel now that all these things are happening? The vision you had that long ago, now they're starting to come to fruition in a big way. How does that make you feel?
It feels great. But more than anything, which I haven't always had, I have humility, bro. I'm grateful.
Right.
I appreciate that God has given me the opportunity and the ability to wake me up and say, I'm giving you the responsibility of these things. Handle them with care. Handle them with respect. Because I've mishandled a lot of things in my life.
Right.
And that's what I mean. As quick as they come, they will go.
Right.
There's many times I had many things, but I wasn't grateful, bro. I wasn't operating from a place of humility. It's a whole different ballgame now. You know, so that's what I mean. With that comes great responsibility. And you will have to mourn people that are alive while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
You know, I miss Diggy, but I'm going to honor Diggy.
That's right.
I'm going to operate in his spirit, you know, and I'm never going to forget how easy this could go away. So that's what I mean. You know, there's a story about the king real quick, that the king was looking for something really meaningful to put on his ring. So he went to his wisest men to come up with a good saying, and nobody could come up with nothing. Then his servant told him, take this napkin. You're going to want to engrave that in that ring, but don't open it until you hit your deepest despair. The kingdom collapsed, and they were trying to kill the king. His enemies were chasing him, and he fell into this cave, and he was safe. He opened up the napkin, and the napkin said, this too shall pass. His enemies disappeared. He went back to the kingdom. They were celebrating, feasting. The servant told him, open up the napkin. The king said, why would I open up this napkin in the highest moment of my life? Because this too shall pass.
Amen.
So remember humility, and remember to find a good balance in between your highs and your lows, so you could actually learn, unlearn, relearn with acceptance and surrender, and know what living life really feels like.
Right. And for all you, if you're a new artist trying to figure this game out and understand What you need to do, let me just explain this. This man has started out in his life. I don't want to hear the excuse, I don't have a team, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that. No father in his life, mother passed away, brother passed away. On his own, became one of the most successful artists in the game on his own. No family. So if you want it to happen, you just make it happen at any and all cost. You can't make excuses. You just got to do it.
And you also can't go purposely trying to create problems for yourself.
Right.
It's very important that you operate, like I said, in freedom. And again, Doc, some people are not going to know what we mean.
Right.
Because they're still stuck in the microscopic lens. In freedom, you get to record and experience music for what it is, art.
Yep.
Art. That's why you're an artist. You're an artist.
Yes.
Not a rapper. That's why you become a producer, not a beat maker.
Right.
That's why the goal while you're a contender is to be a champion. So you got to be as hungry as you were here when you get here. And the only thing that is going to give you true, eternal, timeless, beautiful longevity is humility.
You guys heard it from the man himself on another episode
of The Telescope Room.
The Telescope Room.
It's always a pleasure to be in your presence, my bro.
Likewise, brother.
You know, let's keep it going and let's keep on growing.
Amen. Let's go.
Salute to my dog.